Hey guys, how you doing today? It's me, Hilly. So I want to show you a quick idea for those of you who are tight on money, who might be looking for different things other than some of the stencils that are out there. And I've shown this years ago, and I still use this. And what brought this to my attention was a lot of people always ask me like more home, tips from home and things that you can make at home and that kind of thing to use in your mixed media. And I was using these and I thought, hello, Cal. So here's what we're going to do. And you could see if you've been with me for a while, you can move on to the next video, but I've done this before. So when you go to your local craft store, even your thrift stores, Goodwill, all those kind of things have craft items at times. I pick up things like this, and a lot of them are very inexpensive. They are in your scrapbook and paper aisle, believe it or not. Don't ignore that section for many, many reasons. And I've had videos on why. I'm going to redo some of the videos, but never ignore them because you'll find things in there that you can use in so many different ways. And one of my things is I love finding things that I can use in different ways. So for instance, this is a piece of foam that was cut out. It's a sticker on the background, and you can see I've used it. But it has these cutouts. Now, I think this was on clearance for 50 cents. I mean, these were all pretty much, on clearance. But when they're not, they're like $1. And if you're really, really stuck for money and maybe you find one, like maybe one of the plastic ones or even the foam ones, use a coupon. There's nothing wrong with going up and using your 40 off, 50 off coupon to get one thing. This can be used in many ways. You can use this on an ATC card. My camera keeps moving. I see. Let's see. We'll stay there. You can, cut this, use this as an ATC card background. You can use it in whatever, cut it and use the pieces. Or you can, you can really get a 2 for 3, 4, 4 for bang with this one. But all it is a great background. Okay, where you can use paint, stencil, that's what it ends up being. And look at that beautiful background. You can use a million different colors. You can do whatever. And then you guys know I love to turn over my stencils and things and give it a little push. I don't know how wet it'll be. And then look at that. You get the positive and the negative. So this is not only a 2 for stencil or stamp even, right? Stamp stencil. But like I said, you can cut it out into a 2.5 by 3.5, make that your background. You can make the underneath a different color. I mean, there's a million things you can do with that. So that's number one. Number two, we'll do the plastic, keep doing these ones. This I got for 40 cents, I think. Ridiculous. Look at this. And look how cool this is. Now, suggestions to you. We'll do it with the, you can see I got to heat it because it was scorched, but we'll just work on this section. I'm going to grab a piece of paper and let me show you. So again, you can squirt it and you get, look at that, great stencil. And when you squirt it, you can take your piece of paper. I like to buy very inexpensive things of printer paper that, you buy like in the big things. And that's what I like to make my mixed media paper from because it's very thin to glue down when you're done. You can build up many layers, but look at that. So you got another 2-fer. And you can see, now I could take this off and stamp on it and I won't get these inside pieces, but look, fantastic, right? Again, look for these. These are scrapbook paper section. Okay, and then the last one, as far as the plastic goes, and these, I think this was on, what is this? $1.66 for this. Again, use your, and if you know how much stencils cost, they cost quite a bit. Now, you can do these techniques with your stencils that you have at home. It's not, not a big deal, but if you don't have it and you're starting out, or, let's see. Do it on here. Excuse my drawings. This is like the alphabet in different, kind of things. I'm not going to do it big, but you can see, I'll lift that in a second, and then I just stamp it, and then I press it, and you get the opposite. You lift it. Hello there. And I love random words on my, that's why I actually pulled these out, is because I love these. And sometimes when I'm doing canvases and stuff where I have, because I have like 8 million canvases started, and they have like texture on them and stuff. And after you build up for a while and you have paper and modeling paste and all that kind of stuff, it gets hard to get a stencil and get a full print. So I was like, oh my gosh, I remember I have this, and it's vinyl, and it kind of molds. Do you know what I'm saying? So, okay, so those are done. Now these are very inexpensive, and I have a million different ones of these. This is paper. Okay. And again, think about this when you go to the scrap. Like, I think we ignore, as mixed media artists, I think we ignore sometimes, or at least I do, the scrapbook section. There are so many things you can use. So now I live in the scrapbook paper section. Not only do I get cool papers, but these kind of things. So when you're doing, like I said, an ATC card, a art journal page, whatever, I mean, this becomes a really great background for you. That this is red. You can paint this whatever color you want. Nowadays, you know, folk art has multi-surface paints. There's satin paints, all that good stuff. You can gesso it. But you could put a really cool color underneath. And I mean, you really could have fun, which I might do that. I have an idea as I'm sitting here. So again, let me just show you. I know you're like, okay, Cal, we know. But I just want to show you. I don't think I have any extra paper sitting here at the moment, but again, and then you get this great pattern. You lift it up. Hello. So you see what I'm saying? And then I'll just show you a couple more. I didn't grab all what I have. This is cool because not only can you know that they have, which I've been obsessed with charcoal and pastels lately, chalk pastels and charcoal and whatnot. And I started drawing, let me show you this. And it's all chalk and pastels, and I was using pen pastels and whatnot. And I got a lot more to do, but this was just the first thing. This took me like an hour, almost 2 hours. But I'm teaching myself because I tried for years to teach myself watercolor. And although I love watercolor in my mixed media, I cannot paint watercolor. I've tried, my brain just does not let me. So, and I'm sorry if I'm having too much banter. Somebody left a comment on my video. Great video, too much banter. But I love to talk, and my channel. So, I couldn't do the watercolor. I tried. And so then I started getting obsessed with charcoal and pastels and that kind of thing. And so I've been using my pen pastels, my charcoal pencils, my chalk pastels, and all that kind of stuff. And I'm teaching myself how to do this. So I don't know if any of you are interested or whatever, but once I finally get myself, that's like my 4th one that I really want to do. Like, I have like 4 pictures, so I picked this one. It seems like it might be the hardest. I don't know, but there's a bird. Anyway, so let me know. Maybe once I get situated, I can teach my way, because I have to learn a whole other way than normal, because I'm not normal. All right. So anyway, you guys know this is squares. You can also use your paints and that kind of thing. And, you know, you do the same thing. You lift up. Nothing came up because I don't know. Anyway, I didn't put much on there, as you can see. But I mean, look how cool. And if you do a lighter color underneath, let's say you do yellow, let the yellow paint dry, and then do this purple over, whether you use paint or spray. I mean, you're getting really cool texture. If you guys want me to do a background using these, let me know. I will show you how I do it. And of course, then there's this round. You know, you can, same thing. I'll do down here. We got some circles. We got me going. Okay. And then you lift it up and you still can't see because this is a mess. But I don't throw this away because this becomes a really great beginning for a mixed media paper. And then you lift it up. I mean, look how cool. So, you know, don't forget this section. Don't forget that just because you don't have a lot of money, which I know a lot of us are tight with money. And, you know, we want to do mixed media. We want to do stuff, but we don't always want the same kind of thing. here you go. Go to the scrapbook section. It is fantastic there. And like I said, this is just a small, I could sit here all day. Look at this one I got. Look at that one I got. Look how I do this. I mean, it's the way you can use different items in your home that you have sitting around you to get texture. You know, you just have to look outside the box. So I hope that this helped you guys. I really, like I said, I love mixed media stencils of all types. And I mean, think about rubber bands or gum bands, whatever, you know, think about those kind of things. Throwing some Sharpies down and spraying, you can get really great texture. So I hope you enjoyed this. If you did, leave me a thumbs up. I appreciate it. Leave me a comment. I love comments. I just love it. It just makes me feel like I'm not doing this for myself. And on some days I think I am, and that's okay. But yeah, so as always, please be kind to each other. You never know what battle somebody else is fighting. I love you guys so very much, and thank you for my 30,000 subscribers. Um, it happened last week, and I am just beyond happy and excited, and so many things that you guys even take the time to watch me. I do, you know, if you are watching me and you watch me often and you're not subscribed, please click the subscribe button down below and that bell so you get notified. I know a lot of people watch me who are not subscribed, but please, I'd appreciate it if you would subscribe. It would mean a lot to me. And if you just found me and you kind of dig what I do, please check out other videos and subscribe as well and hit that button. And yeah, I will see you guys in my next video. I love you guys. Bye-bye.